Hey guys, so I wanted to do a training video on the proper use of call tracking metrics as it pertains to managing the calls that will be coming in from the PPC ads. We previously went over this in training, but I just wanted to record it so that you had something to refer to. So always when you're coming in, just sign in like normal. This will bring us to Drip Med Spa. So it will automatically default to the activity log. And this will just show all of the calls that have come in, and this is just for easy reference. So how we agreed to do this is that we were going to log in on our phones so that the calls route through the application. Right, we're gonna download the call tracking metrics app, and then we're gonna log in and set ourselves to available. On the phone, you would just literally leave it to available. We also test that even if you close the application when you were available, you will stay available. And then if a call comes in that gets routed to the application, gets routed to you as the agent via call tracking metrics, it will pop up, it will launch the application, pop up on your phone, and you could clearly see that that call is routed through call tracking metrics. The reason that's a good thing is because then you know that that call is coming from Drip. It is a PPC call coming to Drip. You know exactly how to answer that phone. I believe I also have it turned on to whisper the campaign source to you so that you know which campaign source. That's not really applicable right now because we're only doing PPC. But when we do more things, that will be applicable. How I have this set up for queues is both Costy and Patrick will be in the queues. And then as if new agents come on, they'll be routed to the queues too. It's basically going to route the call to whoever's been available the longest. Okay. That's how routing will work. When you're taking calls, obviously you're going to handle the call as normal, all that fun stuff. If you can, we would prefer to disposition the call. And if you see here, I have a little thing to put notes. This is internal. This is for you guys to be able to quickly look at it and see what happened on the call. These are notes for the call, and then here are dispositions for the call. I feel like these are the best dispositions, and that's why I made them. The call dropped, caller's not interested, schedule an appointment, scheduled a follow-up call, transferred to facility, or the wrong number. I do have the facility phone number in here. If you do need to transfer directly to the facility, I can show you where that will show up. But you could transfer directly to the facility. So that's in there. This is, again, summarizing the phone call. These are a bunch of test calls, and that's how I have these configured. So for the scoring is a little bit different. The scoring is not so much for us internally. We could use it internally, but this is more so for Dreamscape. This is more so for the marketing company. They're going to run reporting on our call tracking metrics account, and they're looking for us to score the calls. We went over this in our training. We also saw it on the application. On the application, when you click on the call, it's down the left side. I think it was the third from the bottom. But the purpose of the scoring is to really give a quick, using a rating system to give a brief summary of what happened on the call. In terms of what will be used to score, this is the scoring system right here. So since these are all test calls, I can score them as ones. I'm going to score them as ones just so that they I'm going to score them as ones just so that they don't throw off any metrics. It's just really going to help out, and kind of I can weed these out, and I'm just always going to score test calls as one. It may even be better to score these as no. I don't want to score them as no rating. Anyway, so a 1-star spam, meaning it is garbage. It is absolute garbage. They probably shouldn't have even called the number. It's not something we're interested in. It's spam. It's garbage. A 2-star would be administrative. Administrative means if somebody was trying to get in touch with get in touch with the organization. They're trying to get in touch with the business directly, get in touch with reception, maybe follow up on their appointment, reschedule their appointment, whatever that is. They're trying to get in touch with the facility, but they click on the PPC ad and then they end up at you. That's a 2-star. Okay, those are important to rate too. We obviously want to filter that out as much as possible. We really shouldn't be getting administrative calls to PPC numbers, but some people don't know how Google works, and they may call that ad at the top of the screen opposed to finding the organic link underneath the top ad links. 3-star means they're in the market for the service, but it's too expensive or not exactly what they want. So that's obviously a mediocre lead. We're targeting for traffic who are people that are in the market for your service and can afford your service. So if we target somebody that's in the market for your service but really can't afford it, or we're maybe a little bit off, great to score. The 3-star will really help us. That's helpful for targeting the ads better, getting the more appropriate audience, all that fun stuff. 4-star is it's a good lead potential to close. 4-star means exactly that. Like, it's somebody in the market for your service. They do have the funds to be able to purchase the service. Maybe you weren't able to one call close, or maybe that it's like, they need to consult their spouse, or they need to do something first before signing up and paying. That would be a 4-star call. 4-star calls are great. That means we're meeting our target audience. They're financially viable. 4 stars are great. 5-star is closed. 5-star, if you're able to one call close on the first call, get the credit card and schedule that and get that deposit, then that's fantastic. We're going to rate those 5 stars. For the 4 stars, the great thing to do for 4 stars, if someone is a 4 stars and they don't close on the initial call, but they close later, it is extremely beneficial to come back and make them a 5-star. Okay. We are trying to get as many 5 stars as possible. That's the whole purpose of this. 3, 4, and 5 stars is good data to help make better decisions and target the ads better. So that's why it's important to interact with the scoring. We need to do the best job possible. So again, wrap up is internal notes. Scoring is external for Dreamscape, but we can still report on those things too. And that's how it will help us. What you will also see on here is call recordings. These can be used for training purposes. The ones that say no audio is because we didn't answer. You can see no answer, no answer, no answer, no answer. This will quickly show the status of the call. If you see audio here, you can see that it was answered. These were test calls that we did, but the recording of the phone call will be here. The recording for these phone calls will only exist if the call was either answered through the call tracking metrics number or an outbound was initiated through the application for call tracking metrics. I set up an outbound number for you guys so you can dial out. It will route right back to you guys. If you call somebody, they don't answer, and then they call back, it will route right back to you guys. But as long as you're initiating that call from call tracking metrics and not your cell phone directly, that audio recording will be here. And again, they can be used for training purposes. These will be super valuable for coaching, for training, even onboarding new staff that you want to give them an understanding of the different types of calls that we can get. Because we could pull 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star calls, show audio recording to kind of summarize what is a 3-star, 4-star, or 5-star, and then specifically use that for training purposes. And it will be extremely focused in the training. So that is the benefit of the audio piece. Where we left off at the end of our video conference is, since Patrick is already a user in Zenoti, which is the CRM, it is the booking software, it is the POS system. Since Patrick is already a user, if Costi is gathering information, he's going to tee that up. He's going to gather demographic information, name, phone number, email, address, credit card information. If he's gathering all of that information, he's going to tee that up and then send that over to Patrick, and then Patrick's going to handle that in Zenoti. I'm going to do a separate video for Zenoti. But yeah, this is the gist of how CTM should be used. In terms of handling follow-up, again, this is the activity log. You can see who answered the call right here. And I could set up little filters so that, hey, only show me Costi's calls. I'll create filters in here that you could literally come over here if you see this little filter button. And I can just I'll have something that says Costi's calls and Patrick's calls. And then if it's Costi, he can click on that. And it'll say Costi's calls. and then he'll only see his calls that were routed to him. Same thing for Patrick. He can see only the calls missed for him. I will also create a filter for missed calls. This will allow us to call those people back. That should be checked on a regular basis. Either if, when the day first starts, in the middle of the day, when we get to a more advanced stage, I can run a dialer for missed calls so that basically if a call comes in and it's missed, as soon as someone is available, basically dial that person out and call that person back. We typically run a missed call dialer when at least 2 agents are available, because if only 1 agent is available, they miss a call. An agent's on a phone call, right? A call comes in. They miss that call because they were already on an existing call. Then they finish their call, they wrap up that call, they score that call. As soon as they go available, if I have the dialer only set to 1 agent available, it will immediately call that person back, and then you could snowball start missing inbound phone calls. So for a missed call dialer, we'll typically do it when at least 2 agents are available, because there's always going to be one person to handle inbound traffic, and that second agent can handle the outbound dialer for missed calls. So that's typically how I do it. Again, that's a little bit more advanced. We can get there. I can configure that when we get to a place where it's appropriate. In the beginning, we're really going to scale up in terms of volume, so kind of take it slow. We really shouldn't be missing calls, but we will assess that as we go. But that is basically how call tracking metrics will work.